Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our small footprint. My name is Nyssa, and if you're new here, we are a family of 8 who live off-grid in Australia. It is Sunday, and generally I do a chat video on Sunday, normally in the morning, mind you. It is now 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've only just found time to come out to the garden and do this. So we've just lots of food prep going on, and I've now got the canner just finished, so I've turned it off, and I've got dinner in the oven and in the barbecue and in the smoker, so I don't have to worry about that. So I thought I'd come out here and do a quick 15-minute chat and a catch up, and I thought I'd collect myself some garden snacks while I'm out here. Chat wise, I don't really have anything to show you in the garden or anything at the moment. The seedlings are still just doing what they're doing, and it's fine. The fruit trees are just plodding along. We've started getting some really cold nights, so we're getting down to 7 or 8 degrees at night at the moment, though I'm not entirely sure what the temperatures are, because when we redid the floor and rearranged, the weather station got moved and I can't find it. It will turn up, but for the moment I'm losing all that data of my weather that I like to keep in a spreadsheet, so that's a bit sad, but we will find it and we will get it sorted. So we've been getting some really cold nights, having to close the doors at night, and I've pulled a cotton blanket down because normally I just use a sheet, and Darryl has a doona because he gets a bit colder at night than me. So we've had to do that, and the kids are pulling out winter pajamas. So it's coming up to Easter. We don't celebrate Easter as such, except as an excuse to eat chocolate, but I generally buy the kids new winter pajamas around about Easter time because it works out well timing wise for the weather cooling down, and it's an excuse. So I haven't ordered anything yet, and I've been a bit slack, so I don't know if Darryl's going into Toowoomba this week. Maybe I can do a click and collect in Toowoomba if he needs to go in there, but otherwise, generally speaking, I buy them some winter pajamas. But they have been lucky in that a local friend has had some hand-me-down bags of clothing that has been perfect for all the kids, and a lot of that has been onesies and winter gear, so they're very much enjoying that for the moment. But we're at that point of the year where I need to go through all the clothing that is out and start putting some of the summer stuff away and pulling some of the winter stuff out. The biggest problem with us is that our weather is so variable here, so even when it's like it can get down to below zero at night, it can still be 15-20 degrees during the day. So we still have to have some summer clothing available all year round. So there's that tipping point of keeping enough out for everyone, but also not having both seasonal clothes out because we just don't have the room for that. So working on that at the moment too. I need some more of those underbed storage boxes. So that might be why I sent to Darryl to Toowoomba, because they cost too much for shipping. Kmart does free shipping for a lot of things, but I don't know if they do it for the containers, and I might send him to get some more of the underbed containers for the clothing to go into. Now that we've got 2 sets of bunks in the boys' room now, and they both have clearance on the floor. We used to have one of those IKEA bunks that don't have clearance on the floor, and now they've got 2 proper standard bunks, so there's clearance on the floor underneath both of them, so we can put those underbed crates under there, which will be nice. So I've just rambled off in I don't know what sort of a manner there. So we were talking about Easter's coming up. We don't celebrate Easter as such, but I do tend to buy some sort of chocolate and make stuff chocolatey for an excuse. As I have mentioned, I've been doing some hot cross buns. So at the moment I'm doing trials of different flavours of hot cross buns because I really enjoy hot cross buns, and it's an excuse to do it around Easter time. I'm also going to make some Rocky Road from scratch. So I'll make the chocolate from scratch, and then I'll make the marshmallows and the jelly and everything, and I'll put it all together with some nuts and stuff and make a slab of Rocky Road, so that'll be fun. I'll do that this week. What else is going on? I've gotten through most of the food that needed to be done. We've still got the pork roast, so I've still got a mince. I'll probably make some sausages and things like that out of that. But I did the last of the chicken today. I've got about 40 or 50 lemons left that I'm still working on, but other than that, I've got most of the lemons done. There's still carrots and potatoes in the fridge and pantry, but they will last somewhat. We'll deal with them as we go. And other than that, I've got most of the perishable stuff done now. So it's just the normal, regular stuff that we've got to do now, which is fine. We'll get there as we go along. But there's a few more days of food prep videos because I'm behind a couple of days, and there'll be a couple more days to lead on from that as well. I didn't put one out this morning because I was going to do this video, which I didn't get to. So I will do that, and I'll get them out over the next few days, and the other ones as well, and then we'll do the Easter cooking and things like that. So other than that, update wise, I don't have a huge amount to share. I'm still trying to get the recipes and stuff up on the website, get it to a point where I can just log in and add new recipes whenever I want and get it working. That's why it's taking me so long, is I'm trying to get the layout and the theme and everything working in such a way that I can just really easily add to it. So all this time spent in the setup now is going to be beneficial for later. But I really want to get that going. I just haven't had time. But as the daily food prep videos and the food prep itself slows down, I end up with a bit more time, though I always find some way to use it. Like I really want to get some soap made this month. I'm so sick of buying it. But, you know, and I badly need some mustards done up, and I've got the caramelized onion jams ready to go. I need to the garlic conserver, and we're still trying to finish off the bedroom where we fixed the floor up. We want to rearrange it so that I can get some more space to put things like my heat press and all that sort of out at an easier access rather than having to pull it up and down and that sort of thing. So we're still working on that. And of course, the garden is still, because that tree came down, we still have all this issue with the netting. So this is still got a lot of work that needs doing. The branch is still sitting here. It's a massive branch down here, which means that the grass is all grown up around it. The garden is so overgrown. So as it cools down, the hope is that we'll spend more time out here getting it cleaned up, ready for next season, and hopefully we'll have a better season. I'm so frustrated with the garden season this year that I'm hoping that that's enough motivation to really push for the next season and do better. But we will see. I have noticed I got a big pot of ginger that's doing well, so that'll be nice to harvest once it dies off. There is a zucchini plant and that watermelon plant, but none of them are doing much of anything. So nighttime weather's cooled down, and the seedlings that I started are going to be a bit moot. They took so long to take off that by the time I get them in the ground, it's going to be too late. There's going to be too many cold nights and things like that. So the garden's a little bit of a write-off. I'm still going to try and do some cold weather crops, broccoli and cabbage and things like that, but I may have to start them again. I've been chatting about different ways and different soils and stuff to try and get that started. We'll see how we go with that, but I'll bring you along if I manage to get anything done or whatever. But at the moment, nothing is looking pleasant in the garden. We've also had an issue with our secondary, I'm drifting a little bit, my arm's a bit sore. I've also had an issue with the secondary solar system. The inverter blew. There was an issue with a PowerPoint that had water in it that we didn't realize, and something got plugged in. It had a safety switch on it, but it seems to have blown the safety switch and blown the inverter. I don't know, but we will have to look at getting a replacement for that. But for the moment, it means that we're running the generator every second day, which is a bit frustrating because that's the cost of fuel and stuff that we were avoiding by having the two systems to piggyback off each other. We had certain things that ran on the secondary system during the day, and then we actually ran Darryl's computer on the secondary system overnight. It doesn't have a huge battery bank, but it has enough that it could run his computer all night, because his computer draws quite a bit of power because it's a gaming computer. So that is a bit unfortunate. It means that we have to run the generator far more than we would like at the moment, but that's life. Other updates, what have we got going on? Not a lot. I don't have a whole lot to update you on because I've been chatting to you sort of every day when I've been doing those videos. What I might do is, we did get the posts put in for the new chicken pen, so what I might do is I'll walk out there and I'll show you that. So we've started work on getting the posts in for the sides of the rest of the pen. So this is where they'll sort of come to, is out to here with a couple more pens running down here, and then we'll have that central spot that will be used for we'll also enclose in, so that we've got it there for whatever we decide to use. So at the moment it's just a bit of a dumping ground, which is pretty par for the course for us, but this is where the gates will be and things like that for each entrance, and then it'll do this big U shape, so it'll, that netting's in the way, but the first pen starts there and then goes up there, and then this is the back of the U, and then it'll come out to here and go down the side of the U. So that's the plan, and then we can split up these chooks that are all getting to the size where the roosters have started to crow and things like that. So they've all gotten heaps big now, so we're going to get them out of there and split up. So that's the plan. So I did get asked about the property recently, and I probably haven't done much of a walk lately, so I just thought I'd walk out the back here. All the chickens watching me from up on their perch. that the property, other than where we have cleared off slightly for where we have the housing, this is all it is. It's just bush. So this is the kids' ninja line out the back here, out the back of the chicken pens. So they have that ninja line there that we're going to add on to. We bought that for Christmas. I wasn't sure how much they'd enjoy it, and they really do enjoy it. So I'm going to buy some extra swings and things like that to add on to these for them, because they very much enjoy using it. So the rest of the property is basically just bush. There is nothing. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear it, but the highway is at the back. The back of the property backs onto the highway all the way there. So it's 20-acre property. It's fairly long. I don't know what the meterage is of the sides, but the highway's at the back, and then we go out this way quite a distance. There's another block, another 20-acre block before the road for us. So, but the rest of it is just bush. So we have all the chicken pens out here and the duckies. You can see duckies sitting up there watching us. So all the ducks, chicken pens and that are there, and pretty much everything else is just bush, which is how we like it. But it also means that we can add on later. It means that when we want to build other structures, we have all this to build. We'd like to move the pigs out here eventually, because the pigs are out the front. We originally when we first moved in, there's a lot of things that you think about that you don't think about in the right way when you first move out in the property. We put everything in our cleared area because that was the cleared area. Realistically, we should have pig pens out here in the bush, because they would enjoy that. There'd be shade from the trees and things like that, though you'd have to be careful of the trees that are in there, because they might knock some down just scratching against them, so they have to be sturdy trees. But they would love it out here, and we could do some rotational grazing that way too. So we could have a pen that we could then build a pen on the other side, take the middle out, and we could use the pen that they were in and move them to the other pen for a period of time. But also we would like to get a sow and breed the pigs. So when we do that, it means that we're going to need multiple pens to be able to do that. And out where we've got them, that's pretty unfeasible. So having them out here would be better. So that's the plan eventually. Moving them from their current pen to this pen might be fun though. I've been given some tips and tricks, so we're going to have to just see how we go. Move them one at a time and hope. They all love carrots, and they're all very personable, so hopefully that would be enough to get them moved, but who knows. So we will probably build that out here. And eventually, the theory being that some of the kids aren't going to want to leave, and if they don't want to leave, then they can build their own premises out here. They can have whatever they want out in the bush here at a distance that is appropriate, and we can get it to working like that. That's some of the new roosters crowing in that pen. So we desperately need to get the next pen sorted so we can get them split up before they start squabbling. So that is on the cards. And before they start laying, because there's no nesting boxes or anything in there at the moment. So we are working on that. It is in the plans. We got the holes dug, the poles placed. Now we've got to fill. We're going to get some concrete. Darryl's got to go into town tomorrow, I think. So we'll get some concrete and we'll concrete those posts in. And then we'll start getting the roofing iron for the edging and the whole process on with that. It's just we make it a bit of a big job, I suppose, because we want it secure, and we like them to have lots of space, and that means that we make these huge pens for them. So, we make our own work for us, but at the same time, I want them happy, and they provide us with food, and so they should be happy. They should be treated well. So anyway, that's what we're doing at the moment. This is what the property looks like. So as I said, it's basically just bush, and I don't really have much else to share. As I said, I've been talking to you every day as I've been doing the daily videos, so I have sort of shared things as I went along and didn't really have any huge updates this week. But I thought I'd better, because I didn't put a food video out this morning either, I thought I'd better put a quick chat video up this evening just so that people don't worry. And other than that, yeah. So I have more food videos coming for the next few days, so hopefully I will get them out at a decent time, though I can be a bit slack. Otherwise, I will chat to you then, and we'll see how we go. Thanks for joining me, guys. Bye.